Hey y'all, Shelley here with another tip for hospice nurses. Whenever you're taking care of a patient with a neuromuscular disorder like Friedreich's ataxia or ALS or Parkinson's disease, it's important that we teach the caregiver and the family and the people around the patient the principles of how to best communicate with this patient. I think especially this time of year with the holidays and lots of people around, it's important that if we've already done this, that we reinforce it with them. So some things that I teach caregivers about communicating with patients with neuromuscular diseases. The first thing I make sure that they understand is that while it takes the person longer to respond and their speech may be slurred somewhat, they are still mentally intact. Their issue is with getting the information in and putting a response out. But mentally, they're still intact. So we want to talk to them in the normal voice in the same way that we would have talked to them before they got sick. And then the first principle, I think it's very important to sit down and get eye level. I know sometimes this is hard and depending on the environment, but being eye level, not leaning over someone or towering over them, is important to get eye level. And then what I always do is I take a moment to calm my energy and I calm the environment and kind of make it sort of calm and peaceful around us. I think that helps a lot for the person when we can reduce stimulation it helps them to be able to assimilate what we're talking about. So calm the environment, get to eye level, calm the environment, and then ask yes or no questions, because these are the easiest way for the person to respond. They can respond with one word or a gesture if they're able to. And then it's important to only ask questions with 4 words. Studies have shown that the brain can easily retain the first 4 words of a sentence. So anything after that can start to get muddied and murky. So 4 words. And then the most important thing, and this is the hardest thing to do, is wait for them to respond. So you ask a yes or no question with 4 words like, are you hungry? And you wait for them to respond. Now try asking this question and put a timer on and let a timer go for 30 seconds. It's like, wow, it's a long time. It's really hard to do. And so as humans, what we tend to do is start asking other questions. Well, what do you want to eat? Well, do you want to have broccoli? Or, these other questions that we start stacking them in. And we're like 7 questions deep. And this person is still trying to assimilate that first question that we ask them. And so when we keep piling them up, they're going to tend to just withdraw and kind of give up and not answer any questions. So, with practice, and teach the caregivers this, if they practice this, it does become easy. I had a patient one time that was super interesting. He had led the most interesting life, and we would have these full-on deep conversations. He had end-stage Parkinson's disease, but it would take a long time. And this is another reason that I'm asking these questions on the Hospice Nurse Your Opinion Matters survey, like what is your caseload and how long are you allowed to spend with patients? Because while a patient like this may not appear on paper to look like they have a lot of needs or would take more time, it takes a long time to communicate with this person and to allow them to provide responses and be active in their care. And they deserve that just like every other patient does. So, I'm sorry, I kind of digressed there. But anyway, teach your caregiver to get eye level, calm the environment, ask sentences with 4 words in them that are yes or no answers, and wait for a response. This will make a big difference in how well they can communicate with their patient. So I hope this tip was helpful. If you have any tips that would be helpful for hospice nurses, please let me know. I'd love to share them here. And remember, together we can change our world.